So form 1 is my form now. Are you clear? Step 2. Create the instance of your new class and pass it as a parameter to the static method run of application class, because this class is actually responsible for running a geo application. Read it carefully. Did you understand or not? Create the instance of your new class. What is that? And pass it as a parameter to the static method run of application class, because this class is actually responsible for running a GUI. Who is responsible? The application class is responsible. So what you require to do? You require to create the instance of your class. Form 1 f is equals to new form 1. Instance created. Now application dot run. Run is a static method. Run. Yes. You can write this in one line code, guys. Application dot run. What you can write? New. You know this now. Just like exception EX is a new exception throw EX. You can write in one line only. Now throw new exception. This is also same. Application dot run new form 1. These are the 2 steps to create and run a form. Okay. We create it from Studio, man. We generally do it from Studio. But just to give an idea, I want to write this code in a notepad and execute and show you. I want to write this code in a notepad, execute and show you the process. Okay now? Look, guys. Yeah, I'm defining a new class now. What is a new class? Form 1. I'm defining a new class called as form 1. Public class form 1 colon form. Just a minute. Not able to recognize the form. Why? You did not import the namespace. What are the namespaces that you? That is the namespace. Under this namespace, only all the controls are there. Okay. So now there is different. No main method is there to run the code, it is telling you. Yeah, we did not write the main. It was not able to recognize form. It is able to recognize form now. Next. Form 1 f is equals to new form 1. Actually, I'm commenting this line. Now I have main method to run the code. See, no error. But when I run the form 1, I don't see any response. Simply starts and stops execution, that's all. But see. Recompile, re-execute. Check it out. This is the form. Now on this particular form only, we add all the controls now. Array, this is a form here. What is our notepad right now? On the top, they added a menu bar now. Then they added a text area. And bottom, they added a status bar. And that made your form now. Is it clear, all of you? that made up your form basically. That's how the form has been created for you. Yes, that's the process. Okay. Yeah, fine. Next. So we understood how to create a form now, right? Okay, very simple process. What is the first step? Define a class, not create. Define a class, inheriting from the predefined class form so that the new class is also a form. Second step, create the instance of your new class. What is that? Form one, and pass it as a parameter to the static method run of application class. Okay, because this class is actually responsible for running a GUI. Okay, because this is a class, this is the class which is actually responsible for running a GUI application. So this class will be actually responsible for running a GUI application. So first step, create a form. Second step, pass it as a parameter to application.run method, and automatically your form starts the execution. So this the form creation is done. Are you clear? Okay, well, but actually to give an idea, I shown you in the notepad here. We don't write code in the notepad. Actually, we're doing the Visual Studio. And for doing this, Visual Studio provides a project template called as Windows Forms app. Till now, we use the project template called as Console apps. What is that? Same way, we have a project template called as Windows apps. We can use it, Windows Forms app. Windows Forms app. Just the class libraries we used. Okay, now, so what we should use now? Windows Forms app. Come on, let's open the studio. New project. And new project basically here, C# Windows. And here, basically, we have the different options to choose. Till now, we used to select what console. But now select desktop. Desktop. These are different types of desktop apps. These are different types of desktop apps, basically. Okay. And if you scroll down, are you clearer or not? So this is .NET Core and this is .NET Framework. So you can use anything. You can use anything, guys. But all of you try .NET Core only, or all of you find .NET Core only. But I'm using .NET Framework because these core apps a little bit slow in the execution than the framework. Coming to Windows apps here, coming to Windows apps, .NET Core is a little bit slow compared with .NET Framework. It takes a bit time to load and all the things in the classroom. Without time waste, I'm using a .NET Framework. But .NET Framework or .NET Core, both are same only. Nothing difference to explain you. That is why, even though I saw the framework, you guys don't open the framework. What do you guys open? .NET Core only. What do you see? Windows Forms app. And doesn't show anything on the places means .NET Core. Are you clear or not? Okay, just a minute. Okay, simply I not specify anything. See, as you locally select Windows Forms app. I did not mention the bracket says .NET Framework. If I don't mention, you know that it is a .NET code. And you need to select the option. What is it? Location, you know all the things. Last screen will ask you runtime. Which runtime? .NET 8. Just like console only, man. Just like console only. .NET 8. Okay, now choose it and develop it. So I am creating it. But I'm choosing framework as I do because they're a bit slow. I'm using this. Give a name for it. Any name of your choice. I think I given the name as Windows Project or something. Yes. Windows Project. Location. Framework. Here choose. I'm choosing the latest. You choose it. I remind it's framework na. You choose .NET Core. Okay na? So what will you say? .NET 8. Click next. Just a minute. Watch it. When you open a console app, by default, we have a class called program. I'm talking to you only. When you open a library, by default, you have a class called class 1. When you open a Windows Forms app, by default, you have a class called Form 1. By default, you have a class called Form 1. And you see there, by default, the form is visible to you over there. It's a form. This is your form now. Are you clearer or not? By default, the form is loaded to you automatically. Okay, now? And see, basically, when you're working with the studio, when you're working with the studio, every form has two different views actually. Every form has two different views. One is design view and one is code view. What is design view? Right now, what you're seeing is design view only. Form1.cs design. So what is this design view? Design view basically, guys, it is the place where you're going to design the UI. I want to design a registration form now. Design it here now by using the drag and drop feature. By using the drag and drop feature. Last class I shown you, remember, there are so many controls and all these controls are in the toolbox on the left-hand side. You find them in the toolbox in the left-hand side. The toolbox shows you all the controls to you in the left-hand side now. If you don't find the toolbox in the left-hand side, go to the view menu, and in the view menu, you'll be finding out the toolbox option. Select it. This is the toolbox. In the left-hand side, the toolbox comes, and the toolbox will show you the list of all the controls now. Whatever controls you want to just drag and drop on the screen now. I want a button. Simply drag the button and add it on the screen. A button on the screen. Simple. So did you understand what is design view? Design view is a place where we can design the UI by using a drag and drop feature. By using a drag and drop feature. Okay, I dragged and dropped and designed a registration form now. I dragged and dropped and designed of a registration form. For example, I'll show you one existing project what I am teaching right now in another batch. Yeah, guys. See now, it's a screen now. We designed a screen like this to perform some operations on a table. Yeah, a screen is designed here to perform operations on a table called as the employee table now. For what? For inserting, updating, deleting, and all. Did you understand me or not? Okay, so this is a form right now, and the form is designed. How I designed it? Drag and drop. I designed it by using the drag and drop feature. And the form is ready. Can you see the form? Yes. The form, when I run it by default, is getting me the first record from the database table and showing me now. And now I'll click on the next button. It will take me to the next records in the table. And right now, there are 9 records in the table. There are 9 records in the table. Now I want to insert a new record. So click on the new button. What is the last employee number? When you click on the new button, see what is it doing? Automatically generating a number. Okay. Job, analyst, salary, some 25,000, status, something. And click on insert. Insert operation is successful and the record is inserted. See now. Then this is the last record of the table. So that's it is showing you, array or the last record, you cannot go beyond, it's telling you. So the 10th record is inserted. Clearer or not? Okay, see now. There are 2 things here to understand. One is designing. How do you design? Drag and drop. Second one is coding. What is it? Something should happen when I click on the next button. Something should happen when I click on the new button. Something should happen when I click on the insert button, update button, delete button, close button. Some actions are getting performed or not. If I put a button called button and set as insert, will it insert record into table? You need to write the logic for it now. And all that logic will be present in the second view, that is a code view. That is a code view. One is design view. Second one is code view. Okay. So what the first thing we'll do, we design. See, first we designed. Afterwards, we need to code. Something should happen when I click on the new button. See there, this logic all will execute when I click on the new button. This logic will execute when I click on the insert button. This all logic will execute when I click on the update button. Are you following me or not? Like this, every button has some logic in it now. And this is called code view. This is called as code view. Now come back to our project. This is a design view now. This is a design view. And to write the logic, we need another part called a code view now. How to go to code view? Simple. Right click on this and you'll find something called view code. Click on the view code. It will take you to code view now. Guys, you can look on the top. Both are there. Design your UI here. Come here and write the code now. So two parts. Got it or not? What is your current class name? Form 1 is the name of your current class. The current class name is Form 1. And do you notice, all of you? This class Form 1, that will shown in a notepad. But what is new here? Sir, this is partial class. This is last week, I think we remember, we learned about these partial classes. What's a partial class? It is an approach of writing a class on multiple files. It is an approach of writing a class on more than one source file. Minimum 2, maximum, there is no limit for the number of files you can write this class now. Understood or not? Minimum 2, maximum, no limit. You can split a class into multiple files. They are physically divided, but logically all these are going to be one single unit only. I repeat, they are physically divided, but logically all these classes are one single unit only. All these are one single unit only logically. Did you understand me or not? Okay. So basically this class is defined on 2 separate files again. The code view is present on 2 separate files. One class only, but 2 separate files. Okay. So what is the need of the 2 files? What the need of the 2 files is, I already taught you this, guys, when I was explaining about the partial classes. What is it? Tomorrow, when I drag and drop the controls here and start designing, internally Visual Studio starts writing some code for every control now. Understood or not? Visual Studio starts writing the code for every control. Like this, writes a lot of coding on the screen. It will write a lot of coding. Okay. And apart from that, what should happen on the click of a button? What should happen on the click of each button on the screen? You will be writing the code now. So both of you should write the code here only. What is that? One is Visual Studio. Second one, we. Both should write the code in the same class. Both should write code in the same class. That's why, for better understanding, this class is again divided into 2 parts. In one part, Studio will write the code. In another part, you will write the code. This is the part where you will be writing the code. This is the part where you will be writing the code. See here, a break, partial class. This is the part where you will be writing the code here. Guys, there is another part for this. There is another part for this. And in that part, Studio will write the code. When will it write, sir? When you drag and drop your controls on the screen, then Studio will write the things. Right now, you did not drag and drop anything here. Correct or not? So if you go and see the class, you won't find much code there. You won't find much code there. Okay, observe it. How to see the file? Open the Solution Explorer. All of you carefully watch it. This is a form, right? Expand it, and here you will see designer.cs. Open this file now and observe everyone. Partial class. It's also partial class only now. What do you mean? Form 1. Form 1. And on that day, so do you remember in one file, if you write public, the whole class is public. And one file, if you do inheritance, the whole class inherits it. All these things. So here again, don't see, sir, there is a public partial class form 1 colon form. Here and some partial class form 1, both are same only because you write in one file, that is enough. You don't require to write in every file. Here, Visual Studio will be writing up all the required code now. All the required code Visual Studio will be writing. That's why I said initially we don't find much code here. Okay, shall I open an existing project where we have already a form created now? Okay, come here. Take this. Already a form created now. What is the name of this? Form 3. See guys. Form 3. Okay now? Open the Solution Explorer. Yeah, this is a Form 3. Expand it. This is all the code what Visual Studio is writing for you. Check it out. Nearly some 260 lines of code is there. 260 lines of code is there right now. How many controls are there? 6 labels, 6 buttons, 6 labels, 6 buttons, 12 plus 4 text boxes, 16 plus 1 checkbox, 17. For 17 control, there are some 260 lines of code. Imagine tomorrow if your screen has 50 controls on it now. 100 controls on it now. Array, thousands of lines of code will be in my application now. Apart from that, I will also write some code now. This button clicked, some database coding for it. See this code. What did I write now? This is all the code I have written. This is all the code I have written for my application now. Some declarations on the top, some code here, some methods, load data, show data, next button, new button, insert button, update button, delete button, essentially complete, close button, and I have written some coding in this now. Understood? So without a confusion like what code is written by Studio, what code is written by the developer, what is it doing? It is splitting the class into 2 separate files, and in one file, who is writing the code? Studio is writing the code. Another file, developer will write the code. You never bother about the code written by the Studio. You never bother about the code written by the Studio. Just to give you an idea, a Studio is writing the code for you. I shown you that. That's all. That you never required to go there and check what is written, and you will never modify anything there. That Studio is writing the code. Always what you will be working is only with the .cs file, but not designer.cs file. Understand me carefully. Always you'll be working with only .cs file, but not designer.cs file. You will never work with the designer.cs file, guys. You will only work with .cs file, not designer.cs file. So designer.cs file is completely irrelevant to you. What is important to you is only the .cs file. That is only important for you over there. Hope you guys are clear, all of you. Yes or not? So that is all how you are just going to define the things here. .cs and .designer.cs are the 2 separate files what you will be having up in this case now. .cs is for developer to write the code. Designer.cs is for the Studio to write the code. Okay now? So fine. Now coming back to our project. Yeah, this is the project what we have. And I'm showing all the 3 on the top now. You can check. First one, design. And what do you do here? I design here. And whenever you design anything, Studio will write the code in there. See man, designer. Both are relevant here. Design, designer. You design anything here, Studio will write the code in the designer.cs file. And that is only for construction of the form. Once the form construction is completed, you need to write the behavior now. What should happen under the click of the buttons or something, something. And all the code will be under the code view. Under the code view, that is the .cs file. That is the .cs file. Right now, this is empty. Why? You have not written anything right now. See, blank project I opened and shown you. On the other side, I have an existing project for which I am already writing the code. That also is on here. This is all the code I am implementing. And this all the code what Studio is implementing. And the design is this. Are you clear? Okay. Now we'll have a small doubt here. What is the doubt? Sir, can I run this code? Can I run this code? Yeah, let us see. Start. Oh, running. Form is running, see? Is the form now? The form is running. Okay. But sir, I did not see a main method anywhere. See this file, do I have a main method? No. Come on, let's go and check in the second file also. Designer.cs. Here also is no main method, see? But if I don't write this main method earlier, some 20 minutes back, when we written the code in the notepad, it clearly said you no main method, you can't run the code. But now it is running. Oh, sir, without a main, how are you running this class? I'll tell you, but before that, answer me a question. Is it mandatory to write the main method in the same class? Huh? Is it mandatory to write the main method in the same class? No, not at all. It's not at all mandatory to write the main method in the same class. What do you mean? I mean, you can write the main method either within the same class also, or you can write the main method in another class also. Possibility is not always. Same class also we can write the main method. Another class also we can write the main method. If you write this in another class, we need to create the instance of this class here and run it. That's all now. Okay. So right now, the big question is, how many classes are present in the project? So first new project meant, how many classes are present in this project means there are two classes in the project here. What are the two classes? Are one is form one. One is, second one is program. That is also there in the project, see? Program class is also there in the project now. Understood all of you? So let me open the program class, guys. Let me open the program class. And here is your main method. The main method in the program class now. Array, there is a main method in the program class now. And look at the third line of code in the main method. I said you look at the third line of code in main method. That will I explained in the morning to you. So now tell me who starts the execution, from where the project execution starts? From program class main method. From program class, what is this main method doing? Creating the instance of the form one and passing it to application. The code is running now. Did you understand me or not? So basically, from today onwards, we don't write multiple main methods here. We don't write multiple main methods. Then, sir, one main method will be present. So then if one main method tomorrow, if I add a new class, if I add a new form in the project, if I add a, how do you add? If you want to add a new class, we open the add new item window and select a class now. Same way, now you have an option. What you require to select? A form. Select it and click enter. A new form is added, all of you. This also has all the three men. This is the design view. Right click. Code view.